The Heritage Centre has been here since 1974, and we were set up originally to try and interpret what was thought to be an interesting battle event that happened to be within the County Council's patch, if you like. We set up a country park with a series of walks and a sort of a historic trail. In '76, the first, if you like, modern account of the battle was written by a guy called Dr Danny Williams. It was written as a university professor from Leicester, and he wrote the best account he could. And however, what that did was it then started people thinking about Bosworth, and was it right? And in 1985, a guy called Peter Foss came along and was brave enough to stand up there and say, actually, I think you're wrong. And that started a huge debate. And we have been in the middle of that debate really since 1985. We've had a relatively small exhibition. It's grew and grew and grew. We do reenactments, we do living histories, and we have a number of school groups that come in. And that's how we were really set up. Since '85, more people started to question where the battle was. And that set a whole load of historians bringing out new books. One guy even put it in a different county, but that really developed it. And about 15, 16 years ago, about 2000, 1999, 2000, I was asked to start a small group of volunteers to see if we could actually find the site. And that culminated in the Heritage Lottery grant being put forward, of which one part of it was to put together a group of volunteers and a group of specialists to try and ultimately find what was then known to be a major turning point in British history. And as you can see behind me here, those volunteers and experts spent many, many hours in going through various fields, academic tomes, research, a whole plethora of things came together to eventually give us actually the true site of the Battle of Bosworth. And that was done with a lot of experts, including people like Dr Glenn Foard. We had soil analysis from Birmingham. We had groups of volunteers as the metal detectorists who walked miles, literally miles, in trying to find the true site of the battle. Every year, the anniversary of the battle is marked in one way or another. The 22nd of August of 1485 was the date of the battle. And that day, even today, we still commemorate with a short service. However, normally the weekend nearest that anniversary, we have a major reenactment. They started off really small with perhaps 50 or 60 people. Today we've had over 250 people on the field. We've had 10 horses, we've had a huge jousting team, and we've had thousands of people here, hopefully having a great day. And what we've tried to do with that is bring history alive. History can be really, really dry, it can be really, really boring, but what we're trying to do is make it fun. The event that we're depicting was not. That doesn't mean to say people can't have fun now and go away thinking, I'd love to go and find out a bit more. We're not trying to say on these types of events that we are the gospel. What we're trying to do is to say, have a great day out, learn something, but go away and learn a bit more, or at least question what we're doing. History is fact. It's only the interpretation that keeps changing. So with the evidence that's come out of the skeleton in the last 12 months, we've been able to adapt our event. So the way Richard is killed has altered this year from the previous years. With the round shot scatter that we found, that has put the emphasis away slightly from the archer, but has certainly raised the impact of the gun, because we're now realising actually that Bosworth was on that cusp of so many parts of history. Not only was it the end of the medieval period and the beginning of the Tudors, but it was the beginning of firepower. Before, you'd relied on the archer, a lifetime's work of skill and practice to get into that. Now you could train somebody in 20 minutes to fire something that would scare the living daylights literally out of the enemy.
The University of Huddersfield, inspiring tomorrow's professionals.